What's up, Feature Millionaires? Today, I'm going to walk you through one of my successful Facebook ad campaigns for one of my clients. I'm going to show you every single part of the process, down from the results, the targeting, the ad itself, the lead form, everything. I'm going to show it all to you guys and reveal everything to you. So if you're looking to get amazing results with Facebook ads, this is the video for you. And even at the end of this video, I'm also going to reveal a couple case studies from some of my clients and show you guys the results of those. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's jump right into it. So as you can see on the screen here are the results of this successful client campaign. And before I get into the results, I want to tell you guys a little bit of background on this company. They are a company that it's kind of hard to describe, honestly. And this is one of the challenges with marketing them, is they are a little bit of a unique company, and most people don't really know that there's companies out there like this. The simplest way I can describe it is they are a health and wellness company. They test people's hormone levels and help them get back on track. So whether that be dieting or exercising and giving them some kind of plan, or even they might have to do some kind of treatments depending on certain people's situations, and they give them pretty much fitness, nutritional, just like overall health advice and help them get into a more balanced state. So as you can see, that's kind of something that's a little bit difficult to describe what kind of company they are. And if you even went to their website or you see other companies like this, it's kind of hard if you go to them for the first time, it's really hard to understand what they're really doing. So that was one of the challenges with this client that you'll be able to see. And the Facebook ad will explain what this company does a lot better. And that was one of the challenges with this company, is thinking about how can I take someone from not knowing about this company to understanding all of what they do in a short period of time on a Facebook ad. So that's the challenge I faced with this, but I was able to accomplish it, and we'll talk about the results. So let's get into it. So as you can see, the results are on the screen here. They got 21 leads. This is over like a 1 to 2 week period, so a short period of time. And cost per result, $4.75 per lead. Just so you guys have an idea of the value, I assume their value is at least $1,000 per client. So this is a pretty high ticket thing. And so getting a $4.75 lead is a really amazing result for this kind of thing. Now, cost per click, $1.07, $100 test. Let's jump right into the next steps. Oh, and by the way, you can see here, this is the ad sets. So with this campaign, we test the ad sets: wellness interest, 30 to 65 plus, and broad, 30 to 65 plus. A huge misconception people have with Facebook ads is that you need to have really specific targeting, but that's not really the case in reality. Facebook's algorithm has gotten so good that all you need to do is really give it some basic targeting, and as long as your ad and everything else on that side of it is good, then your ads will work, because Facebook does a lot of the work for you. Now you do want to have some targeting. This is a local ad, so a local business ad, so that's why broad can work, but even sometimes nationwide broad ads can work. It's pretty wild, but yeah, don't over stress about your targeting. I'm going to show you this targeting as well, but I'm also showing you the structure of the campaign too. So obviously this is all in one campaign. We're running 2 ad set budgets. Campaign budget would have worked just fine on this too, and each ad set's running a $10 per day budget. All right, so let's show you guys this targeting here. So here's the first targeting. It's literally just broad 65 plus with an 8-mile radius around their location. Very, very simple. And then we've got another one. This is the wellness interests. And you can see the people that matched. I just put in a couple ones there that are pretty broad. The ones that are most specific to this, and this is the key thing that you guys want to think about when you're targeting for clients, is think about what's like the number one targeting and then work off of that. So for this one, I would say the number one targeting would probably be like hormone imbalance. That would be like probably the number one targeting. So I'd put that hormone imbalance in there, and then I'd press suggestions and click the ones that are most similar to that and the ones that are kind of the best interest for this company. So that varies on thing to thing, but you can see I just put a couple interests in there and kept it pretty broad once again. And we can see here which one performed better. The wellness interests performed better in this case. So that one got about 384 and the other one did 623. But as you can see, it's not an enormous difference, and even 623 per lead is a good result. And the thing you got to remember too is the wellness interest is pretty broad. So, but at the same time, the broad has a bigger audience. So that audience might last longer. So over time, the broad might get better results because the first one is getting fatigued, if that makes sense. All right, so this is the ad sets themselves. As you can see, I did a total of just 3 tests per ad set. Very, very simple. They had like a video interview, and then there was a video talking about their company, and then there was an image. So the image, this is a key thing that a lot of people don't realize, is I take images sometimes from video. So I noticed the video had I like the colors and everything. So I just took a screenshot from the video and literally put that as the ad itself. It's kind of interesting. You guys will see that image here in a second. but you'll see here that the image ad worked the best. So it's not always video ads work better than images or any other way around. It's kind of varies on situation by situation basis. If the video is really good, it might work better than an image. If the image is really good and there's really good ad copy, then it might work better with the image. It just depends on situation by situation. So as you can see here in this case, the images did the best, and just stay creative with how you come up with the images. All right, so here's the ad itself, and this is I think the most valuable part of this video. This ad is honestly one of my most proud ad copy moments, because I was taking something that is so hard to describe and put it into a few sentences. So I'll read this for you guys, but first, before I jump into it, I want to cover like the headline and the image. So when you see an ad, when somebody sees an ad on Facebook, the first thing they're going to see is the image. I really like this image because he has a really bright shirt on, and it looks like they're talking to each other. It just kind of gets your attention, like, what is this about? And it kind of looks like a typical Facebook post. People have kind of like a blind eye towards when they see an ad that looks like a stock photo or a typical image ad, then they typically ignore it because they know it's an ad and they just ignore it. But when they see an image like this, they're like, oh, I want to see what this is about. It looks kind of interesting. And then the headline is the number one health problem people are facing in this county. So people in this specific area are going to be highly interested to figure out, okay, what is this about? And then so they first see the image, then they see the headline, and then they're going to be like, oh, I got to read the ad copy now. So from there, you can see, and let me actually see if there's a relevance score. No, we didn't get a relevance score yet. I don't know why a relevance score didn't pop up, but interesting. Sometimes Facebook's just weird like that. But let's jump into the ad copy. So it starts off with calling out the area name. Ever wondered why some people can never work out, eat fast food, and stay slim year round, while others can eat completely clean, work out daily, and still not change? Most people don't know the difference is metabolism, which is highly driven by hormones. Testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, insulin, and hormone-sensitive lipase are just a few that take a large part in this. As a fitness studio here in blank, that's why we partnered with Angela from blank to help people understand the importance of maintaining optimum hormone levels. So I'll take a pause right there to let you guys know what's going on. So I was working with another client, the guy on the left, that owns a gym, and they were doing like a short partnership. If you're wondering why I ran this ad for like 1 or 2 weeks, is because I was working with this gym and they did like a short-term partnership, and I just did a special project for them to just run this like a partnership ad for this other business. So that, if you're wondering why that's kind of set up like that, I wouldn't normally word it like that if there's their own business, but you get the idea. And I want to talk about the hook real quick, because I really liked this hook. It's like a question people wonder about, like, why can some people eat, like, everybody knows that type of person that eats McDonald's and fast food all the time, but they're still slim and their body's always good all the time, and they don't even work out. And then there's other people over there that are eating clean and they're working out and they just don't change. So it's a really good pain point that everyone can relate to, and that's how I started out. And then another thing too is we kind of get into education a little bit, but we don't go so far. We keep the education, like you can see that we talk about testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, insulin. These are something that pretty much everyone has heard of. And then we introduce a new one, hormone-sensitive lipase, because these are things that's something that's gonna like get their interest. It feels like they're being educated, but at the same time they feel like they understand it, so they're feeling like they're learning, and they feel like really smart when they're reading it. So that's another kind of tip here, is realize that everyone is not stupid. You don't have to write your ad copy like they're stupid. But one thing that this ad copy does really well is it flows really well. It feels like a story when you read it. It's not like a stop and go, and it's very easy to understand. That's a huge key component that a lot of people mess up on their ad copy. And you guys got to keep in mind, for me to write my ad copy like this, it takes hours of work. And it takes a little bit of research too. Like, I need to research this hormone-sensitive lipase and understand their business before I can even write this, right? So it takes research, and it probably took me like 5 hours in total to write this ad copy. So it's not like something I do in 30 minutes, by the way. All right, so as a fitness studio here we already covered that part, so I'll go to the next one. What this company does is test these levels of hormones and more. And if any issues are found, they determine a plan based on your needs to get your hormones to optimal levels. Whether it be related to weight management, energy levels, mental clarity, etc., hormones play a huge role in all of them. Luckily, you can find out if you have any issues with just a simple test. Tap Learn More for a free consultation with Angela to learn more about what this company does and set up a simple hormone test. So it educates them, and then it provides the solution. It brings out the pain, and the solution is very simple and very straightforward. Luckily, you can find out if you have any issues just with a simple test. And then the offer is pretty much for a free... See, the craziest part of this is people are becoming $4.75 leads with the offer of a free consultation. This is what happens when every part of your ad comes together. You can have a really bad offer, if your ad copy and everything is good. But the simple hormone test is also part of the offer too. But overall, you can see how this takes somebody that doesn't know anything about this to signing up for a free consultation. It's pretty wild when you think about it. So this is just a picture of the lead form. Very simple. The reason it has these, usually I wouldn't put these dots here, but the reason these things are here is because there's a video as well. And just in case people didn't read the ad copy. But if this was the best ad, so I don't really need these dots here. Experiencing any of the following, it could be hormones, find out with a simple test, apply for a free consultation with Angela to get started. So I you could remove this part. It's not really necessary, but that's the lead form for you. Very simple. And then it just collects name, phone number, email. One thing, if I was to redo this again, I would probably want to collect more information than just name, phone number, email. I've become to notice now it's for businesses like this, you're better off getting quality leads and making sure everything is quality than as many as possible for the most part. So I probably would have added an extra question like, what are you looking to get out of this, or something along those lines to help get a little bit higher quality lead for them. Thanks, but wait, your info has been sent to Angela at blank. She'll reach out to you shortly and set up your consultation. If you'd like to skip the wait and move to the front of the line, you can text blank to her number. So very simple. I always like to give a call to action on the thank you page as well to get them to take the next steps, because we don't want to just end the relationship here. Obviously, the next step is that we actually need to get them booked in for this consultation, and then they need to convert in that consultation. Now, I want to talk to you guys about the reality of this ad. And then we'll get into some of the other case studies that I'm going to share with you guys for some extra value from some of my other clients and even current clients right now. So there's one big learning lesson out of this advertisement. Even though everything is so good, the results are amazing, there's one huge problem left that we didn't solve. And that is making sure the client closes and books the leads. That's the one problem that we had with this ad, is because it was such a short-term basis and we weren't really working with this client on like a long-term basis and didn't really have like a full plan in place. It was just like a short-term partnership. It caused an issue that we didn't have set up for them, a system to systematically close the leads. So what you need to realize is these people just learned about this free consultation thing. They're going to be a little bit nervous. They're going to have questions. So they need someone that's going to text them right away, get on a phone call with them, and like help them walk through these questions and get them booked in for a consult. But what people don't realize is, with a lot of times with Facebook ads, what businesses don't realize is that 50% of the leads probably aren't even going to reply to your text messages or calls. They're just completely gone. I don't know why, but it happens. Maybe they just lose interest, but they're interested for a limited time, but that just happens. So you want to first off make your expectations and your client's expectations realistic, that most of the leads are not going to close. You're probably only going to close, like let's say we got 21 leads. Out of those 21, we're probably going to have 30% of those book. So maybe like 5 to 7 people book if you do a good job. Probably like more like 20% actually. So about 4 people should book, and then about 1 to 2 of them should close. So you guys got to keep that in mind. From $100 though, and even if they get, I'm pretty sure their value is more than $1,000. I'm pretty sure it's like $2,000, $3,000 plus. So just keep that in mind. So let's say their value is $2,000. They closed 1 out of 20 from $100. They made $1,900 in profit from that, which is a super amazing result. But here's the issue. We didn't educate this client on how to follow up the leads. And you also need to realize that, and what most businesses are not used to, is that they are used to getting referrals, and like people searching them on Google are like the 2 main ways that businesses are used to getting leads. The thing with Facebook ads is these are people that have never heard about your business before. When somebody's referring someone, that's their friend has already talked to them and sold them on it. When they're looking up on Google, they're already looking it up for a reason. They're very ready to go right this second. But with Facebook, it's a little bit different. Same thing with like if you're running a radio ad or a TV ad or something like that where people aren't actively searching for it. Closing those leads is going to be different, and it's going to take a little bit more effort because you need to educate them a little bit more, and you need to, like, your clients need to understand this. And most people just like, they call them what happens is most clients do is they call them up after 5 hours or even a day later, and then they call them one time, they don't answer the phone, they leave a voicemail, and they don't answer the voicemail, they don't reply to the voicemail, and then they're just like, oh, these leads suck. That's not really the case. What you need to have in place is a system for your client to follow that they can close the leads. I'd recommend at least 3 text messages, text right away, call right away, maybe call twice right away, and then leave a voicemail. So you don't have to leave a voicemail, just a text message is fine, but The voicemail is optional, but you need to at least text and call, and then at least follow up the next 2 days with text message as well. That's a really big key that we didn't really get the chance to educate this client on. And so because of that, they didn't close any out of these 20. And that's a really big learning lesson that I wanted to get you guys out of this video. Even though the ad itself was extremely successful, if the client is not, if you don't educate the client and you don't help the client close the leads as well, that's on you. Like, I'll take the blame for this. That's on me. Even though it was a successful Facebook ad campaign, it wasn't successful in the fact that they got a return on investment because they didn't have the education to close the leads. And you need to instruct them on that and make sure that your agency has a system to help the clients close the leads as well. That's a really important aspect. So let's go into some of these other case studies to finish off this video. So this is an e-commerce client out in Germany. You can see here from the results, this is like a 2-week period, I think, something like that. They're spending $450 a day, $40 daily. This is a 190 euro product. So you can see the cost per purchase is under $50. Their profit margin out of that is about $58, something like that, because they have to pay for the product cost and the shipping as well. And so just from like per month, this client was making around $15,000 per month profit from our ads. Here is another one that's a solar company that we worked with previously. We took their lead in half as well. Their previous lead cost, they were already running ads and they were running it at $45 to $50. And we took their cost per lead down to $23.26. As you can see there, in like a 30-day period or maybe even less, we got 232 leads. I think it's even smaller period for $22.26 per lead. That's Australian dollars. And let's go on to the next one. So this is a car dealership. The next 3 are all car dealerships that we're currently working with. I gotta admit, this is obviously, I have expertise in Facebook ads, but a lot of this is help to my friend Alex Litvinchuk. He works with a lot of car dealerships, and I've been working with him, and that's how I got such good results here. So I can't put all of this on myself. He's definitely given me a lot of help there. So if you're working with car dealerships, I definitely reach out to him. And I think he can help you out for sure. He's a really good guy. So as you can see here, let's see, look towards the bottom, $3,000. This is the 30-day period if you look in the top right for the proof. 236 leads, $13 per lead, 81 cents per click. So really good results. We just got a lot of campaigns running. Blurred them just for like client privacy reasons, obviously. And here we've got $8,000. This is another 30-day period with another car dealership client. $8,000 ad spend in the 30-day period. 1,021 leads. Which 1,000 leads in a month's time is a lot of leads. That is a lot. $8 per lead, about 27 cost per click. Really amazing results. And then last one here, $2,872 in ad spend. 388 leads, $7.40 per lead. So amazing time. One good thing about car dealerships, if you guys don't already know, is they already have experience closing cold leads. So like I was saying, with Facebook ad, I would consider those like cold leads compared to someone that's a referral or looking through Google. That's like a hot lead, right? Or like a warm lead. So these are cold leads. So the nice thing about dealerships is they're already used to closing cold leads. That's a benefit of working with car dealerships, of course. I'm working with not just car dealerships though, just so you know, I'm working with some of these other companies that I just showed you. And right now, I'm mainly focused on e-commerce, just so you guys know. But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope you guys liked and got value out of me showing you these results, and hopefully even give you a little bit of motivation to get things going. If you have any questions about Facebook advertising, leave them down in the comments below. I'm happy to help you guys out if I can. And thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.